Hey, what's going on out there, Spotlight Faithful? It's your main man, Tommy, on the spot. Today is Wednesday, August 16th, and the build for SummerSlam 2017 is officially in the rearview mirror. Can you see it back there? No. Anyway, yes, the build for SummerSlam 2017, all corny jokes aside, is behind us. It ended last night with SmackDown Live, and we are now just 5 days away from 2017 SummerSlam. All the chaos and insanity is officially kicking off here in New York. I believe it kicks off at the Barclays Center tomorrow with an AJ Styles meet and greet. And from there until about this time next week, it's going to be all things WWE in New York City. Obviously ending and culminating with, I guess, SmackDown Live, which will be the final day of a 4 for more, 4 events back to back to back to back at the Barclays Center, live WWE shows, and so it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting stuff. I'm going to do my best to get down to as many of those as I possibly can, but only time will tell on that. But in any event, let's get into a lot of the final build, the angles, the storylines that kind of went through over the last couple of days, because WWE, in my opinion, these past 2 days on both Raw and SmackDown have done a good job in giving you a reason to get excited about the matches that weren't necessarily the bigger matches on the show. Obviously, everyone's excited for Shinsuke Nakamura's first title match. Everyone's excited for that Fatal 4-Way because they've done a really good job this year in building up all 4 of the guys in the match. But I think WWE did a good job over the next couple of days, the last couple of days, of getting you excited for everything else. This started mostly on Monday when Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose finally reunited as The Shield. This is something I've been really into. They've done a really good job with this, specifically because when they first brought this match together, it almost felt like kind of matches of SummerSlam's past. Even last year, when you had Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho, 2 of your top heels on Raw, kind of coming together randomly for a tag match with Enzo and Cass. In a match, by the way, that I actually enjoyed, and I thought it was cool, but at the same time, it was a little bit of a step back for both Kevin Owens and for Chris Jericho, in my opinion. No offense to Enzo and Cass, but I thought that they did a solid job now in making this Shield reunion a big deal. People are really into it, and now instead of a match that looks like a throwaway or a fill-in with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose going for the tag titles, now for me, this is one of the most exciting matches on the card. One I'm really looking forward to. The bar is continuing to improve as a team, obviously Sheamus and Cesaro, and I'm into this one. I think they did a really strong job again in kind of getting everyone excited and getting Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose now on the same page, realizing, hey, we're better with each other than we are against each other, but doing just enough of prolonging the reunion of the Shield to make it a huge deal when they come together. And damn, if they come out to that old Shield music, which I understand is still Roman Reigns music, so it'll be a little weird, but if they come down through the crowd, people are going to be into that. That's just going to be fun. Also on Raw, which I thought they did a really solid job with, was Big Cass versus Big Show. Now, I'm not necessarily all that into the Big Show gets his hand smashed up, so now can he use the left to deliver the big knockout punch? That's a little silly. But I thought by instituting, first off, Big Cass, holy crap, this guy was booed directly out of the building on Monday night. He had more heat than virtually anyone on the show. It was very impressive, and I keep drawing the parallels between him and Triple H when Triple H first turned on D-Generation X. They were like the most overact in the company when he did. Fans were pissed off. Fans were really unhappy to see that because of the fact that they wanted DX together. They loved DX together. Same with Enzo and Cass. And then I remember as Triple H, it took him a little while to find his footing as a heel. Even the same thing with the music. They turned Cass's music this week. They did that with Hunter a couple of times. Go back and watch those shows right after Hunter changes. His music was pretty generic in the beginning. Before they got to, it's our time now, they had some stuff that was, you know, a little generic. And I think they'll get there with Cass. But Big Cass, he's done a good job in my opinion. Really, he just continues to improve on the mic. He continues to get more confidence. And certainly pairing him up with guys like Gallows and Anderson, who are your veterans, who have been around for a while, and who do a really good job in their own right, I think is good, and also kind of brings these guys up now to a storyline that people are invested in, that being the Enzo and Cass deal, and now with Big Show thrown in there. So I'm into that match. And then lastly, the Demon is back. I thought Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt, when they were first doing this match, I was like, what are they doing? why are they giving us this match? Especially right after Tozawa and Neville. That one I kind of understood, because you want to give them a bigger platform than the pre-show of the pay-per-view. So I kind of got that, especially, you know, having a couple segments on Raw to kind of showcase Titus Worldwide, which is getting over, by the way. It's the most over Titus O'Neil's ever been. And he's done really well with that. So, you know, that's good stuff. That's a lot of fun. There's a gentleman coming at me attempting to sell me a bottle of water. Let's see if he gets on the wrestling drive here. But in any event, I thought that he did a good. I thought they did a really strong job, though. Afterwards, who am I to question the genius of Vince McMahon? It actually makes sense. It made sense to have Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt come together, because now with Bray Wyatt giving him the old-fashioned brewed bloodbath, this gives Finn Balor a reason to bring the demon character back. And that's important, and it's good stuff, and I think that it'll be a good match between the two of them. And people are into the demon. People get really excited when Finn Balor pulls that out, and I like that he only does the demon character when it's a big deal. And SummerSlam, Barclays Center, a year after he won the Universal title in that same building, that's a big deal. That's a reason to bring back the demon character, and it'll be interesting to see where they go from here. Now touching on last night's SmackDown Live. Obviously the big story coming out of that, Baron Corbin cashes in Money in the Bank, and he loses his Money in the Bank cash in. Damian Sandow took a big breath of relief, if you will. I know John Cena, he lost his Money in the Bank when he had it, but Damian Sandow, he lost a clean match. When he cashed in Money in the Bank, he did not win that match against John Cena. So Cena's played a role in all three of these cash-ins that haven't worked out, actually, now, come to think of it. And last night, John Cena, costing Baron Corbin his cash-in, came out of nowhere. I did not expect that they were going to start the match. I kept waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for them to call it off, or Cena come in, knock him out. It looked kind of all over the place, and but then they did it, and they pulled the trigger on it, and Baron Corbin loses the Money in the Bank. And there's something interesting about Baron Corbin's characters. He's the type of guy who, when he makes a complaint about something, you want to be like, shut up, but at the same time, he's 100% right. He's never wrong in any of the things that he says. Cena was being a bully when he said he was going to put him in the dumpster fire, that he was a dumpster fire. Cena did cost him the Money in the Bank. There's been time and time again where Baron Corbin has been kind of screwed. So for him to come out and say these things, it now lends itself more to the character. And in my opinion, it builds up more now. Baron Corbin has now 5 days to stew about this loss before his match with John Cena. So, you know, I think that it's definitely built a little bit more to the match between Corbin and Cena. And at the same time, we all know about the SummerSlam Curse. Remember SummerSlam 2011 when CM Punk won the title, and then immediately after, Kevin Nash jumps out of the crowd, Alberto Del Rio wins the belt, and it's totally, you know, head in your hands, are you kidding me? I was there live in 2013. I went from New York to LA. And granted, we were on vacation, but I still went to SummerSlam and was doing the S chant. Excuse me, sorry. Was doing the S chant with a sold-out Staples Center as Daniel Bryan won the title, and then Randy Orton came in. Triple H turns heel. Randy Orton cashes in Money in the Bank, wins the title. This one, from the second Shinsuke Nakamura won the title. I mean, won the number one contendership. Right in the midst of a feud with Baron Corbin, it just reeked of Shinsuke wins the title. Baron comes in and cashes in. I said it the first thing when Shinsuke won, right on my Twitter, at Tommy on the Spot. Look at that quick little plug. And now that's not going to happen. And that's awesome. And it's great that, in a way, by getting rid of the Money in the Bank, now it's like, oh, well, okay. So if Shinsuke wins the title on Sunday, that's it. He's the champ. And he's going to come out on Tuesday, and he's going to be kind of that face of that SmackDown brand. Or maybe Jinder Mahal keeps the title. He continues his reign as the top of that brand. But you know, one way or the other now, Shinsuke Nakamura and Jinder Mahal has a lot more juice to it. So I think WWE did a good job to that extent. So in a way, by having Baron Corbin lose that Money in the Bank briefcase, now you've built up more animosity between him and John Cena. Now he's ready to kill John Cena when it's time to continue their storyline on Monday. On Sunday. and at the same time, you've provided more juice to Shinsuke Nakamura and Jinder Mahal when those guys weren't even necessarily involved. So I liked it. I thought it was good stuff, and I thought SmackDown Live in general was good stuff. Rusev and Randy Orton looks good. Interesting to see what's going on with Shane McMahon as the ref. Looks like my boy Shano might be kind of wavering a bit, so it'll be fun to see that. And yeah, I think they've done a good job over the last 2 days. I know I ran a little long today. I apologize for that, but keep it locked in right here to this YouTube page and to the dailyspotlight.com. We're trying to provide as much content as we possibly can over the next few days. Should be a lot of fun. And let me know what you thought about the final build in the comment section below, as well as my official Twitter at TommyOnTheSpot. If I don't talk to you guys before then, take care and be well.